All right, guys, let's go. Microsoft now with the patent. So, over the last month or so, it's been Samsung just firing back and forth different foldable phone patents. We already know that there is projected right now 84% ownership for Samsung in this next year when it comes to foldable phone market. And of course, right now, Microsoft has the Duo 2, the Duo 1, and now they have this brand new, what could be the Duo 3, possibly patent. Now, what is this patent? Well, this looks exactly like the Surface Duo 1 and 2. No difference at all, except for that external third display. So here is, of course, if you want to look at it with the Duo 2, here's what it would look like. So pretty much, let me go ahead and try to angle this correctly. That's what it would look like. And then there's a display right here that it protrudes straight forward. So you could, technically speaking, have this go straight out and fold it back. So when you have it all folded together, it's folded 3 screens together. So you have 1, you have 2, and then you have 1 on top of this. So where the camera bump would be. So most likely how this is going to all be oriented is that there's going to be a, most likely like this. Let's go ahead and put it like this. This picture is kind of weird how they have it set up, but it'll probably be the screen down here so that when you fold it together, it's literally a 3-layer phone, then probably going to have a camera bump on the end of it. So, yeah, could this be the Surface Duo 3? It's possible. The reason why is because Microsoft isn't really known for working on too many other foldable phones other than the Surface Duo lineup. Other than that, they haven't really said anything about Surface Duos, like an external foldable phone outside the Surface Duo. So this could definitely be a Surface Duo 3. Now, as you guys can see on the screen right there, it does say hinge. So again, it folds like this, and then this outside display would literally just fold on that hinge. So it is kind of weird because one of the corners of the phone is going to legitimately be a actual hinge. So like right here, we got the hinge right here. There would be a hinge, like for example, right here. So imagine this right here is just a hinge for another foldable display that would all pancake together. So I don't know how I feel about this. I will say, most of Samsung's patents they have released so far, you look at them and you're like, oh, that's cool concept, cool design. That makes sense. I don't know how much this one makes sense. The reason why is because all the patents that have been filed by Samsung, they still keep the phone to a somewhat thin level. Not completely, don't get me wrong, they're not very thin, but they're thin enough. Also, by the way, this is coming in from Windows Central with the artist title being, I think, Daniel Rubio. So shout out to him for going and posting this. But again, this would really just be like almost that thick. It would almost be the equivalent of, I would say, almost the equivalent of 2 Surface Duos. Honestly, it would be almost that thick for this phone. And I don't know how much that would actually sell. I'll be honest. The concept is really cool, okay? The concept of having, which would be an out display. I mean, the biggest issue right now, right, with the Surface Duo 2 is a lot of people, I've said myself, this glance display is absolutely dog crap. It's absolutely pointless, right? So this would give you that outside display because you would have a display that, let's say, for example, you look at the phone right here, imagine a hinge right here, and it would be a display right here that you can open up and bam, you have, your just regular thing right there. You have your just regular Windows logo. So there would be an outside display, but then it's really, at the end of the day, I feel like Microsoft, man, you guys are trying really hard here. And I said it before with Samsung, a lot of their patents make sense. I don't think I can get behind this patent. Now, we got to wait to see what the phone actually looks like, obviously. We don't know how it's going to all come together. But here's a little bit of a video. Shout out to, let me go ahead and make sure I shout the correct person here. This was posted by Samsung Display, who posted this video. But this is somewhat of a concept of what it could be. And the reason why I say that is because you guys can see it does fold right here. And it also does fold right here. So it's that dual hinge design, which would, theoretically speaking, create a overall, interesting concept. Because what interests me is if you unfold this all the way, right? So this would all be one display. It would be a tri-folding phone, obviously. Or tri-screen phone. I won't say tri-folding because it wouldn't be folding 3 ways. It would be folding 2 ways. But it would, I don't know. It would definitely be interesting. Like I said, this is what the concept is. And from Microsoft's point of view, I'll say it like this, right? Because obviously Microsoft wants to get they want to get in this ring, right? They want to get in this ring with Samsung and say, listen, we are also a multi-billion-dollar company. We can create our own products and go head-to-head with you like we do with a lot of other things, right? And I get the point of view. I get that point of view. But I just don't know. I just don't know how I feel about a dual folding phone here. That would really, at the end of the day, I feel like just be way too bulky. It's not going to be waterproof, most likely. And it's also just going to be, it might be a buggy mess. I mean, we see with the Surface Duo 1, when that first dropped, buggy mess. Surface Duo 2, buggy mess. Both phones have been fixed through software updates to a certain point. But still, I don't know, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Again, like I said, this is one of those things where it's like we don't have all the information. We don't have all the information on how it works or what it would do, but it's a new technology that at least, Microsoft is trying to compete with Samsung. Because at the end of the day, the worst thing you can ever have is a monopoly. If you have a monopoly, what you end up having is what you had with Apple, where for the longest time, Apple was just on top and no one could touch them, right? And if you have that, then you won't have any new creative technology, because the only way you get new creative technology is people have to compete against each other. Those competitors end up pushing forward new technology to sell the devices. And if you have something like where Samsung ends up being the top dog and the only ones competing against them is, these Chinese companies that simply just can't manufacture on Samsung's level, then you get to a point where you just have a monopoly and no one gets new technology, no one gets nothing fun, right? So I gotta give a shout out to Microsoft for at least trying this. When this end up coming out, this could be the Duo 3. I think if this is Microsoft doing something, it has to be the Duo 3. I don't think it's going to be the Duo Nexus or anything like that. I think this would be what the Duo 3 would actually be. So, guys, definitely tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Again, like always, whenever a new patent does reveal, we will take a look at it. We will break it down. We'll talk about my thoughts and opinions. I don't think this one is practical, but it doesn't mean it can't work if they do get it right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.